Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our discussion, Pet to the Teaching Profession. Our topic this morning is all about the 21st century life and career skills UNESCO 4 pillars of learning. So we have here four. Number one, the learning to know, the learning to live, the learning to do, the learning to be, and the learning to live together. So this morning, I'm going to discuss comprehensively as and as easiest as possible. Okay, so that it is easy for you to digest the concept. Okay, um, UNESCO's 4 pillars of learning represent a comprehensive framework for the 21st century education. I do believe that you already understood what are those 21st century skills and education that you should have or possess? You also have the courses, right? The communication skills, um, the collaborations skills, the creativity skills. The last one is the critical thinking skills. So you also have the ICT integration and the like. Okay, so the 4 pillars of learning, rather than focusing solely on academic knowledge, these pillars, okay, these four, recognize that effective learning encompasses personal development, practical skills, as well as the social responsibility and continuous growth. So together, these four create a well-rounded individuals prepared for modern challenges. If you are these individuals to become, praying to become a licensed professional teachers in the future. So let's dive in and let's discuss each pillar. Okay, number one is the learning to know. Okay, the learning to know is the acquisition of knowledge, critical thinking, and the pursuit of lifelong learning. I'm so sorry. So, what is the focus of learning to know? So, you need to acquire the knowledge, the skills for functioning in the world. So, it also emphasizes the intellectual curiosity and the lifelong learning. So, we talk about learning to know, it goes beyond the memorization to develop the critical and understanding because if pag lower order thinking skills lang to, no? So this falls under remembering lang, it memorization lang. But in learning to know, it goes beyond not just memorization, but understanding using the critical thinking. So of course, if you're able to read and understand, it will eventually develop your critical thinking skills. Okay. Now, what is the example of learning to know? A student learning, for example, a student learning mathematics doesn't just memorize formulas. Okay, they understand why the formulas work. Okay, that is a learning to know. For example, you are studying to the teaching profession. It is expected that most, or if not all, laws related to education, you should memorize it. Not just memorizing it, but understanding the core of its laws. Okay, the theories. So that is the learning. I'm so sorry. That is the learning to know. Okay, for example, koto siya, the different theories, you should know the different theories. For in your major, you should know you are done with your SSM4. It is expected that you learn social cultural anthropology. At least you have a knowledge and understanding the ancient civilization for World History 1. You also have, I'm so sorry, um, learning about the not just the microeconomics but the macroeconomics, the global perspective. So that is a learning to know, the ability to not just acquire the knowledge but also understanding why is it. Okay, let's proceed to learning to know. Okay, if you have a question with the learning to know, just give your comment in the okay, drop your comment in the comment section or feel free to utilize our um, official group chat. Okay, now let's proceed to the learning to do. Learning to do. In learning to know, you acquire a knowledge, but it's kind of different here in learning to do because you are going to apply, very good. You are going to apply the knowledge so that this knowledge can be developed into practical skills. So there is an application of the knowledge that you acquired into learning to know. Did you get me? Am I too fast? I think so now. Okay. So the focus of learning to do is acquiring practical skills for meaningful participation in society and economy. So it bridges this learning to do, bridges the gap between the knowledge and action, because in learning to know, okay, I will just acquire this knowledge. Okay, I know how to solve. I know what is the theory. I know the concept. But it's kind of different here in learning to do, because here you are going to bridge that between knowledge and action. There must be an application of that knowledge. Okay, so it prepares individuals to contribute effectively to their communities and workplaces. Puhon if you will become a teacher and siya. So, example, a an education student like you, a second year, okay, and first year, because there are first year as well. So, not just learn the different theories in education, but also completes the internship where they develop teamwork, communication, and problem solving skills with real clients or students. Because in learning, okay, nasabtanan ako, these are the theory, this is and that and that. But when you do your field study demonstration, field study, a deployment, and your internship, or it could be in your teaching demonstration, for example, in SSTM9, there you can demonstrate or apply the knowledge that you get in learning to know, the knowledge that you get on how to do the teaching demo, because basically this is just a theory in learning to know, but it's kind of different here in learning to do, because you're going to, again, to demonstrate the practical the knowledge that you have gained. Okay, so let's proceed to number 3, the learning to live together. So in this pillar of learning, it promotes a peace, tolerance, cooperation, understanding among the people of different backgrounds. It means inclusivity, whatever your status, the color of your skin, and the like. So you are trained to become a holistic and inclusive teacher in Jamaica, right? You will become a teacher, you are going to handle a different diverse of learners coming from different work of life. I'm so sorry. Now, why is it important not to learn how to live together? So the focus of this is to develop the social skills. Okay, develop the social skills, the values and appreciation for human diversity. So that is why in our previous discussion, if I'm not mistaken, I already for okay, it is intended only for the SSDM9 for the social studies. We're in the application part. You are going to have a what do you call that one? A group activity. Okay, in the group activity, you can choose. No, you can choose whoever the leaders, the members, like that. Okay, because in the class, you should not just do an individual activities, because we can do it in the assessment part. We can do it in the discussion or the abstraction part, but we are um, we are creating an environment where it is holistic. Okay, we are not just developing the cognitive skills, but the application skills, but also the socialization skills of the students. So this pillar, okay, the learning to live together, recognizes that we coexist, no naman is an island, di ba? Masaya akong giingon sa inyo sa African proverbs that it takes a village, no, to raise a child. So kailangan magtinabangay ta, no? And we need to, understand that we need other people. We need to communicate. We need to collaborate. No, because two brains are better than one. Okay, so it requires specific interpersonal and cultural competencies. Kay di ta patakaubangag, right? No, but of course, as much as we can know, nga there is socialization, but we need to understand first, no, their culture, where they're coming from, and like that, so that we can create this inclusive and safe environment for all of us, or for your students in the future. So It's more on a building empathy and collaboration. Okay, let me emphasize empathy, not just empathy, understand, not just knowing, no, but understanding each one of us. Okay, so for example, you can conduct as I mentioned earlier, you can conduct a group activity coming from different backgrounds. You can also create a classroom project where students from different backgrounds collaborate, no, on solving a community problem ba. It could be a research or learning a diverse perspectives and work respectfully across differences. Pwede na good kamukha mo lang good, no? Nga na. One of it is doing group reporting. So yun. Next is the last one. The learning to be. So, kabalo na ka, uh, na-apply na nimo, you can work with other people, but it is really important your personality, you as a person, you as a teacher, and you as an individual. Now, because we cannot give what we don't have. Like you want to you want to socialize, but in your mind you cannot do it. You don't know how to socialize. You don't know how to interact, communicate, collaborate. Okay, so this learning to be is about the holistic development of an individual's personality, empowering them to act with a greater autonomy, judgment, and personal responsibility. It's more on you, your as a person, you as a person, your individual personality. So, what is the focus of learning to be? So, it develop, no, the whole person, mind, the body, and the spirit. So, it's about self-discovery, creativity, personal growth. So, it also recognizes that education should cultivate complete human beings, not just workers or task makers. No, like kung kanang kanang kung sa work lang ba, kung sa nag-teacher na ba mo, duty lang ko, kay teacher naman ko, God, so murag walay sense of fulfillment, sense of belongingness, or unsa pa siya nga mga kuan. Ana, kanang, lain ka dok, wala siya ka na, marang nag-robot, okay, more clock in, clock out, more lain siya nga. I don't know, that's just for me, no? No? But it depends on on how you view or what is your perspective on this. But doing something with a purpose or with a goal, it's something fulfilling. Okay? Say, okay? For example, puhon na teacher mo, you can let the student explore a multiple interests through arts, music, philosophy, or writing pa, unsa na siya dancing, though it's part of the art, public speaking, tanan. Ko. So what is the purpose of it? To discover their passion and develop their unique talents and character. That is learn to be. So you can also have a wellness program, mindfulness meditation, physical fitness, creative expression, self-reflection. These activities can help individuals, no? Helps individuals understand themselves better and develop resilience and emotional intelligence. Kaya dili pwede utok-utok lang, no? IQ lang, wala po kay emotional intelligence. Okay? So these are the 4 pillars of learning. So, why these pillars matter? Nganong kailangan man natin siya tun-an? Okay? So, into these worlds na employers, of course, kaya manabraho man puhon, no? They don't just want employees who know facts. Okay? They also want a teacher that can think critically, can communicate clearly, can work collaboratively, and of course, flexible. We can adapt to change. No, mga teacher, no, puhon, di ba? Sa itong preamble na itong discuss, no? Technical and, sa to? Technical and I forgot the isa. Educational, something, competence. So, dapat naataan ni tanan. Okay? The fourth the 21st century skills, dapat you should have that. So these 4 pillars ensure that education develops these capabilities alongside academic consent, producing individuals who can contribute meaningfully to society while achieving a personal fulfillment. So kanang we are producing, kung kita teacher ta, of course, dapat maana ka na to, no? But puhon ma-teacher na ta, um, we should create or produce a student or a learner with holistic kanang ano ba tanan, with holistic kanang capabilities, no? Holistic development dapat si bata. He can work on his own, he can work collaboratively, can work with a group, he can express no what he or she wants in life, um, whatever the unsa yang ano no, yang mga yung talent ba kuno ngayon sa bana siya dera. So that's it in the four pillars of learning. So in higher education, we are promoting the outcome-based education. Naka dili lang sa dito lang sa learning to, dito lang to sa classroom, sa whiteboard na to, discuss like this and like that. Okay? So let's proceed. Let's test, no? Let's test if you really understood our topic this morning. It's quiz time. So I have here, I think, 15 questions. So according to UNESCO, which pillar emphasizes acquiring knowledge and developing critical thinking skills? Number two, when Carl Jansen. I will just pose these questions. You can just comment your answers in the comment section or in our forum. Okay. So number 3 and 4, okay, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, 9 and 10, 11 to 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So there are 20 questions because I'm going to check how far, no, how far you have learned in the 21st century four pillars skills. Okay, so if you don't have do you have any questions? So again, if you have questions or clarifications, please utilize our virtual learning environment or our official group chat for efficient and fast communications. Okay, and again, together, let's build a holistic development for our learners. Thank you so much, everyone, and keep safe.